Councillor, Jazakallah for your time, much appreciated. We know it's a busy time for you, especially at this time when the local and municipal elections are coming up. Last week we were here at the square, and there's a few concerns that have been raised. One was the security compliance, number two was apparently there was a budget that was given about 10 million rand, and according to the guys it's only been spent on the roof of Fort Square. They said it's supposed to be revamped. Also the smell that is coming out, it's emanating from this area, and also the dirt that a lot of people have brought out. These were some of the complaints that had come about. As you the councillor, the ward councillor for this area, that's Ward 58, Councillor Mohammed Alex Christians, and your right of reply that you've asked for.
Okay, Jazakallah for this opportunity. Firstly, let me take you back. The 10 million that was initially spent was spent more than 10 years ago. And when we came in 2016, we found the ceiling was actually rusted. There was cables hanging down here, and there was chaos in here. I mean, there were just tables put everywhere. So immediately JPC found funds to revamp the area. The first thing they did was put in the new ceiling, and that's where bulk of the money went in. And it's not 10 million, it was 15 million. So 15 million was spent, majority went into the structure. It is a higher structure than it was before, which then allows for circulation of air as well as lighting. We also have to go further along, because what we found is that road was actually belonging to the square, but that's why it's closed off, and that's why we were allowed to go over. So when it rains, even the stalls on that side do not get wet. So what you see here, these infrastructure, these blocks were all built, and this also allowed for the auditors to make sure that no additional people can come in. So if you're not within your space here, you're actually not part of the list that JPC has, and this is the audited numbers of them. Between every single aisle now, you would see there is a space of 1.5 meters, which is what EMS said we need to have for compliance. So that was put in place. Yes, security is an issue. The manager will tell you, Tulani, that he's always struggling. There are about 11 entrances to the square, but there's only 2 JMPD officers at any one time. So what the square has done with Tulani and the management of the square, which they have a small committee, all the stall holders actually put money in, and you would see there's additional security put in place for the last 4 to 5 months since people started trading again. The other money that was spent is the train. What we found that it was initially a restaurant, but the person who had the lease had just started building haphazardly without any plans, and the mezzanine floor was about to collapse. So that is why the city had to then invest in the train. The facade is still there, but I can take you later on to show you what has been done by the city there. And all the food was all over here. There was food, there was clothes, there was everything mixed up. So from environmental health, they said all the food stalls goes into one area, and that's what is the orange place, and that now has been built specifically only for food. In there you have your flat truck, you also have all your chimneys now. So when they cook, this whole place does not get smoked out, so it actually goes out above the roof. So those are some of the things put in place. In terms of environmental health aspects of handling food, every single stall there now has its own separate tap and sink in there as well, to ensure that compliance as well. So that's what has been doing. The last thing that will be coming in terms of security is that JPC in this new financial year has put aside funds for fencing off of the entire square. So the control will be much better also in terms of compliance with COVID, as well as securing this place. Because usually what happens, somebody robs a shop, they run straight through here, and then people think it's happening in here. With regards to the bins, there is a bin area which we then have, and then that is where they're now dumping their dirt from all the stall holders. But what we find is shops around here also go and dump there, and the square gets flooded.